Dylan Stevens is ready, and the pitch, breaking ball outside the zone. 1-0 to Cody Thomas, the University High product. Delivery, swing and a fly ball out of play behind the third base dugout towards the softball field. Count evens at 1-1. These two teams have played 3 times this season. Morgantown is 1-2 against Berkeley County. Fastball misses outside. 2-1 now to Cody Thomas. First game of the season against Berkeley Post 14. The Hornets won 5-2. That's back on June 10th. And then they played just recently, just a week ago. His next pitch misses inside to Thomas. It's 3-1. On July 15th, Morgantown defeated Berkeley 4-1. And then on the 16th of July, Berkeley County beat Morgantown 11-5. So Berkeley Post 14 currently 2-1 against Post 2 this summer. Next pitch, ground ball outside third, foul off the bat of Cody Thomas. And it's now full 3-2. And the payoff from Stevens. High and inside, the fastball misses. Good at bat for Thomas. He draws the 1-out walk. And that brings in the dangerous hitting third baseman, Aaron Forbes. Forbes, .422 on the season. The third baseman, 4 home runs, had 14 home runs in high school this past spring with University High. Good enough
30,
to make
Forbes.
the first team All-State list in Class AAA. Forbes lines it hard right to the shortstop, Reisenweber, and he throws back to first in time to double off Cody Thomas for the inning double play. Thomas cut off the bag at first, and strong throw across by Reisenweber to the first baseman Reed, and they double up Thomas. It's a line out to 6-3 double play to end the inning. For Morgantown, top of the first, no runs, no hits, no one left. Bottom of the first inning we go. Morgantown nothing, Berkeley County. Post 14 coming to bat. You're listening to the 2022 American Legion State Tournament.
Metro News is the voice of high school sports in West Virginia. We're there from the sweat-soaked high school gyms to the bright lights of the Charleston Civic Center and the state tournaments. We're with the fans under the lights on Friday nights during football season and at Wheeling Island Stadium for the Super Six. We're at the dusty baseball fields and at Appalachian Power Park for the state championships. From the Metro News Power Index to the high school sports line, your home for the best coverage of high school sports is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
What you need to know today is just a click away. WVMetroNews.com has the latest statewide news stories from the capital city to your hometown. Follow your favorite sports teams from high school to the pros. Hunting and fishing information is always on the outdoors page. And never miss your favorite Metro News program with live streams and archived episodes. Wherever you are in the Mountain State, the information you need is at WVMetroNews.com.
Chris George back with you here at Dale Miller Field at Milam Park here in Morgantown, home of the state tournament. For Berkeley County, leading off the top of the first will be the shortstop, Jack Reisenweber, and he'll be followed by Braden Hartman and Colin Reed. On the mound for Morgantown Post 2 is Caleb Cottle. I'll give you his stats in just a moment. And the first pitch is swung on, lifted foul out of play right side, 0-1 to Reisenweber. Cottle on the summer, 36 in the third innings pitch, 4-1, 27 strikeouts, but he does have 24 walks on the summer season. 0-1 to Reisenweber. To delivery, fastball misses high and in. 1 ball and 1 strike to the Martinsburg Bulldog product, Jack Reisenweber. Reisenweber is a 2021 graduate from Martinsburg High School, and he swings and fouls the next pitch back, and it's 1-2. Berkeley County Post 14, a combination of 6 different high schools. All 4 schools in Berkeley County represented: Martinsburg, Hedgesville, Spring Mills, and Musselman. And the 2 schools in Jefferson County, Of course, the Jefferson Cougars and the Washington Patriots as well. Next pitch downstairs in the dirt to Reisenweber, 2-2. The count. So 4 teams remaining. These 2 playing right now currently. And, of course, Parkersburg and South Charleston, they will square off tomorrow at 1 p.m. 2-2 delivery in the dirt. Count full now, 3-2. South Charleston's the only team undefeated in the tournament so far. Everybody else has a loss. And this Berkeley County team opened up the tournament with a loss to Parkersburg, then rebounded yesterday in extra innings and defeated Bridgeport 5-4 in 9. Time called. Catcher for post 2, Park Croyle, has an equipment issue, and he throws something back to the third base dugout, and we'll be good to go here in just a few moments. It is absolutely beautiful at the ballpark. Probably the warmest day we've had so far this week. Temperatures right around 80 to 83 degrees, I would say. Payoff pitch. Swung on. Line drive. Base hit left field. Leadoff single for Reisenweber to lead off the bottom of the first for post 14. And that brings in a designated hitter from Musselman High School, Braden Hartman. And those of you may know, Braden Hartman's brother, Blake, was the outstanding running back at Musselman High School 2 seasons ago, where he won the Kennedy Award as the state's best high school football player that year. And this is the younger brother, Braden, who, by the way, does play football, plays a little bit of quarterback, plays some running back and receiver, plays all over the field for Musselman's football team. He takes low, 1-0. Hartman will have his senior year coming up. He's a rising senior, so he'll be playing football once again this year for the Applemen. The 1-0 from Cottle. Fastball misses down and in, 2-0. Reisenweber takes his lead off first. No score in the bottom of the first. Caleb Cottle from the stretch, set at the belt. The pitch, low again, 3-0. And you take a look at Cottle's stats on the season. 27 strikeouts, but I mentioned the 24 walks is something that I'm sure Andy Aldemus and his team is a little bit wary of. 3-0 pitch, misses high and in, ball 4. 4-pitch walk to Hartman. Puts runners now at first and second, nobody out. And that brings in the first baseman, Colin Reed, the Washington High School product. Will bat here with 2 runners on.
21, Colin Reed.
Reed will be a senior this coming year at Washington High School for the Patriots. Reed does not square. He'll take all the way as Berkeley will play this straight up. It's a strike. The inside corner to Neese at the fastball, 0-1 to Reed. Cottle from the stretch. 0-1 delivery. Fastball in the inside corner. It's 0-2. So after walking Hartman on 4 straight, he's now ahead of the count on Colin Reed. No balls and 2 strikes. Oh, and 2 to count. The delivery. And there's a swing and a fly ball hit well left field, but it's foul. So no 2 pitch right down the middle, and Colin Reed able to turn on it and hit it foul, and Park Quarles going to go out and talk to Caleb Cottle. And I think the first words to Cottle is, young man, can't throw 0-2 there. Be careful on that 0-2 pitch. And Reed, strong hitter in the 3 spot of this lineup. I'd love to see that pitch again. And we'll do it again. No balls and 2 strikes. Runners on first and second. No one out. Bottom of the first. No score. Park Royal going through the signs, taking some time. Cottle has what he wants from the stretch. The 0-2. Breaking ball in there. Called strike 3. 1 out. Pretty pitch there from Caleb Cottle, and that brings in the left fielder, Cam Moore.
Left fielder number 1, Cam Moore.
Cam Moore, another Washington High School product. He bats from the left side against Cottle. Runners go. Pitch is a strike called. They'll throw to second, and the runner's safe there, as is the runner Reisenweber at third. So a double steal for Hartman and Reisenweber. So they're at scoring position with one out. And the count to the batter, Cam Moore, is no balls and one strike. 0-1 delivery. And a foul ball at the plate. 0-2 now to Moore. Park Kroll comes out to field that, but home plate umpire said that ball was foul right there. Second and third, one down. Berkeley County post 14 looking to get on the board for the first time here this evening. Cottle trying to bear down here. Struck out Reed on this 0-2 count prior. He comes back with the curveball, and this time it just missed inside. 1-2 to Cam Moore. Pretty pitch. Lots of oohs and ahs from the fans here. Thought that may have been strike three. Mike Aberzino said no, it's 1-2. The pitch from Cottle, fastball high and upstairs. Count evens to Cam Moore. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Outfield play straight away. Third baseman Aaron Forbes in on the grass at third, right there, even with the bag, pretty much. 2-2 pitch. Fastball misses outside. It's full to Cam Moore. 3-2. Camian Gonzalez on deck for post 14.
Right here, let's get it.
Caleb Cottle is ready. The payoff. Foul back. Stays 3-2. Berkeley post 14 is managed by Trip Tobin. Three and 2 to count. The delivery. And another foul ball. This time it went off the body. Actually, it's a dead ball off the body of the batter, Cam Moore. And the count stays 3-2. Three and 2 the count. We'll do it again. Cottle, the payoff. Another foul ball. Wasn't a bat here for Washington High School product Cam Moore. Moore as well will be back next year for the Patriots. It's going to be a strong Washington team next year. Braden Stottlemyre did graduate. They do lose him, one of the better pitchers on this post-14 team, so they'll have to replace him. 3-2 pitch. Another foul ball. Boy, wasn't a bat here for Cam Moore. Both these teams facing elimination. Someone needs to survive and advance to play tomorrow. And this is an important game because the winner of this game will, in essence, be placed in the state championship game tomorrow, and they'll await the winner of Parkersburg and South Charleston. 3-2 pitch. Again, another foul ball. We're going to go through a dozen baseballs before the second inning comes. 3-2. The left-handed hitting Moore against the right-handed throwing Cottle. The payoff again. It's a curveball in there for strike three. Pretty pitch. So he came with 3 straight fastballs. He kept fouling them off, and then Cottle comes back with that breaking ball, the same breaking ball that he struck Reed out on. He got Moore looking there as well, so 2 outs. That brings in the number 5 hitter, the second baseman, Camian Gonzalez. Gonzalez, a 2021 graduate from Jefferson County High School. Gonzalez spent the year at Davis and Elkins College, a part of the D&E baseball team, but has since transferred. And Gonzalez swings and misses at the first pitch. It's 0-1. Speaking of Davis-Nelkins College, it has named their new baseball coach today, Brett Ripley, former assistant at West Virginia Wesleyan. 0-1 pitch. There's a fastball on the outside corner. It's a strike, 0-2. So the inning started with Reisenweber singling, and then Hartman walked. 1 out later, they both stole second and third respectively. And then Moore struck out, and Cottle's trying to leave him on here. The 0-2. He came with the curveball again. And a swing and a miss, strike 3 for Gonzalez. And Caleb Cottle strikes out the side. So for Berkeley, post 14, the bottom of the first, no runs, 1 hit. There are no errors, and 2 runners left on base. So we head to the second inning. Our score is Berkeley County, post 14, nothing. Morgantown, post 2, nothing. We'll come back to the second inning. You're listening to the West Virginia State American Legion Baseball Tournament on Metro News.
How well do you know your insurance company?
Well, I know I pay each month, and I'm covered.
Okay. Are you sure you have the best rates? Do you have the right coverage for your needs? Are you paying for things you don't need?
Well, I haven't actually talked to my agent. I just assumed...
Talk to a real person. Talk to someone local and see the difference.
Dynamic Insurance Group, caring independent agents that will find insurance solutions that are as unique as you are. Personal or commercial, you're covered at dynamicinsurancegroup.com.
And we're back here. Dale Miller Field, Mountain Park here in Morgantown. Chris George with you on this beautiful Thursday evening of baseball. We head to the second inning. No score between Morgantown and Berkeley County. And for post 2, it'll be Zach Brennan, followed by Tommy Montag and Jet Walters. Didn't get a chance to give you the defensive lineman for Berkeley in that first inning. I will now. In left field for post 14 is the left fielder, Cam Moore. In center field, Jordan Canby. In right field, Chase Herndon. Third baseman is Riley Bubb. The shortstop is Jack Reisenweber. At second base, Camian Gonzalez. And the first baseman, Colin Reed. Your catcher, Landon Sifford. And, of course, your pitcher for Musselman, Dylan Stevens.
Leading off from Morgantown, right fielder number 6, Zach Brennan.
Zach Brennan will stand in. He's a 2021 graduate from Morgantown High School. Brennan batting .292 on the summer. The pitch, check swing, comebacker to the mound off the bat of Brennan. Fielded nicely there by the pitcher Stevens. He fires the first quickly. 1 pitch, 1 out. And that brings in a designated hitter, Tommy Montag.
DH number 22, Tommy Montag.
Montag had the game-winning double last night in the 1-0 win over Parkersburg to place Morgantown in this game right now. And he's a youngster. Montag only going to be a junior next year at MHS. He takes a fastball from Dylan Stevens on the outside corner. It's a strike, 0-1. Stevens will be back next year for Musselman as well. He's going to be a senior. And there's a line drive headed up the middle and through for a base hit. A 1-out single for Tommy Montag to center field. And that'll bring in the second baseman, Jet Walters. Walters, .255 average on the summer. Walters, he'll be back next year at University High. He's a UHS product. Hit number 1 for Morgantown today off the bat of Montag, who's been swinging a hot bat pretty much the last 3 or 4 weeks of the season. And the pitch outside to Walters, it's ball 1 from Dylan Stevens. It's 1-0. 1-0 delivery. There's a strike, 1-1. Great summer for Berkeley. 24-8, played a very good schedule. Area 4 champions, swept Potomac Valley in the Area 4 tournament last week to get here. And there's a shot hit to right field, base hit off the bat of Walters, and stopping at second is Tommy Montag. So Walters gets a base hit to right. That brings in the first baseman, Dominic Calasante. Calasante 196 on the summer batting. He's a Morgantown High product.
First baseman
So not only did
number
Berkeley
5,
County
Dominic
sweep
Calasante.
the area tournament, winning 2 games from Potomac Valley, they swept the season as well. They swept Kingwood, post 56. They swept Potomac Valley, post 64 in the regular season to get the 1 seed, and they ended up winning the area tournament. Kingwood, by the way, was disqualified from the area tournament and could not play. So it was down to those 2 teams, and Berkeley prevailed. 1-0 to count to Dominic Calasante. First baseman, Colin Reed in on the grass at first in case of a bunt. And there's a strike, 1-1 to Dominic. Third baseman for Berkeley County, Riley Bubb from Hedgesville High School, even with the bag there. So let's see what Morgantown decides to do here, 1-1. Still an opportunity to lay down a sacrifice bunt here if you want. See if they change their mind. So far it looks like they're playing it straight up. Maybe looking how third baseman Riley Bubb is playing. He's kind of even there. He may not be charging. He may be holding third base responsible here on this bunt defense. See how they play it, if that's what Morgantown wants to do. 1-1 to count. Stevens is ready. From the stretch, high set at the letters. The pitch. Looked like an off-speed pitch. It's outside, though, 2-1. So you can call Asante not squaring the bunt. No score here, top of the second inning. Stevens from the stretch, the pitch. And there's a liner opposite way, base hit left field, and they're going to hold Montag at third. That'll load the bases with 1 out. So opposite field hit to left field for Dominic Calasante. That brings in the catcher, Park Royal. The University High products batting .291 on the summer.
Catcher, number 8, Park Croyle.
So let's see what Berkeley County does. The defense, you may think they might bring him in. They may not. They may play the middle back to concede the run if it's hit there, and they will. So the middle infield will play back, trying to turn a double play. Corner infielders are in. And it's early in the game, and I agree with that strategy. Fastball outside, 1-0. There's a big gap between left and center field right now as left fielder Cam Moore towards the line and left for Park Royal, who's a right-handed hitter. Ball 2 from Stevens, 2-0. Delivery. Foul ball out of play right side, 2-1.
Good idea. Hit that light pole out there.
2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Bases full of post 2 batters, and a pitch down and in. 3-1. Nowhere to put Croyle. If he walks, that'll force in a run. Dylan Stevens is ready. The 3-1 delivery. There's a strike. Nice fastball at the belt, outside corner. It's full, 3-2. Pretty pitch from Dylan Stevens. That may have been his hardest fastball thrown of the evening. The payoff. He got him looking. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. He came right back with that same fastball at the same location. And Croyle, just like the prior pitch, took it for strike, this time for strike 3. 2 downs. Bases remain loaded. That brings in the center fielder, Kason Neely. Neely, the Fairmont Senior High graduate, batting .292 on the summer. The pitch from Stevens. Fastball down and away, 1-0. Stevens works quickly, the 1-0 pitch. Fly ball hit to right field. Right there is Herndon. He makes the catch, just 1 step to his left for out number 3. So Morgantown gets 2 runners on after 1 out, and then they get a 3rd runner on. And then the strikeouts of Croyle and the fly out of Neely ends the inning, and post 2 leaves 3 on. No runs, 3 hits, 3 left on. Inning a half in the books. Day number 3 of the 2022 West Virginia American Legion State Tournament. Our score, Morgantown post 2-0, Berkeley post 14-0. We'll come back after this on Metro News.
Hi, it's Tony Caridi, host of the CityNet Statewide Sports Line right here on Metro News. Join the Senator, Brad Howe, Coach Greg Hunter, and myself as we discuss the day's biggest sports stories, talking with coaches, former players, and sports writers from all over the state and across the nation, bringing you the latest from the high schools, colleges, and the pro game. So don't miss the CityNet Statewide Sports Line weeknights at 6:06 here on the Metro News Radio Network and streaming live at WVMetronews.com.
Your source for what's happening in West Virginia is WVMetronews.com. Get the latest statewide news, sports reports from WVU, Marshall, and your local high school teams. Explore the great outdoors with Chris Lawrence. Read Hoppy Kercheval's daily commentary and catch up on your favorite Metro News programs and podcasts. Stay informed anytime, anywhere with WVMetronews.com. Metro News, for 36 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Bottom of the second inning, no score between Berkeley County Post 14 and Morgantown Post 2. Chris George with you here at Dale Miller Field at Mountain Park in Morgantown. Hitter 6-7-8 due up against Caleb Cottle. Will be Riley Bubb, followed by Chase Herndon and Landon Sifford. Riley Bubb will step in. He's a Hedgesville High School product. Here's the pitch. Ground ball outside third. Foul. It's 0-1 to Riley Bubb. Bubb, one of two Hedgesville players on this team. The other one being Jackson Ruest. Next pitch downstairs. It's a ball 1-1. Bubb graduated this past year from Hedgesville. 1-1 delivery. Fastball a little high, 2-1. We saw Jackson Ruist pitch earlier in the tournament. And we've seen Riley Bubb play as well. 2-1 delivery. Another foul ball. This time it's right side and out of play towards the softball field behind the post 2 dugout, first base side, 2-2. 2-2 delivery. There's the curveball. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. The ball was dropped. The catcher, Park Quarrel, pick it up and fire down to the first baseman, Dominic Colasante, covering to record a strikeout, 2-3. One down, and that brings in the right fielder, Chase Herndon.
Right fielder, number 14, Chase
Herndon just graduated this past spring from Spring Mills High School, the Cardinal, just north of Martinsburg, really in the city of Martinsburg, but the northern part of the city. And he bats from the left side against Caleb Cottle. And the pitch, fastball in there for ball 1-0. It did not miss by bunch. Again, that breaking ball has been the out pitch so far for Caleb Cottle for an inning and a third of work. 1-0 delivery. Fastball this time on the outside corner. It's a called strike 1-1. Cottle again, 4-1 on the season, an ERA of, I didn't get the ERA, I'll check that, but the 36 and the third innings pitch, there's a swing and a miss. Strike 2, 1-2. Caldwell's ready, 1-2 to Herndon. The delivery, check swing, slow roller up the third base line, foul. Count stays 1-2. Cottle's ERA on the summer, 4.43. So those are good numbers, folks. 36 in the third innings, 4-1. Solid summer for Caleb Cottle. He and Mason Jack has been a good, solid punch at the top of the rotation for post 2. There's another foul ball. I'll tell you one thing, I like Berkeley at the plate, really making every at-bat count, fighting off pitches. They did have one strike 3 looking with Cam Moore, but that was a great breaking ball from Cottrell. So tip your cap to the pitcher there, but they've been battling. Berkeley County has in there of 2 strikes, fouling a lot of pitches off. Again, the 1-2. This time another foul ball. And it stays 1-2. Now what this does, though, it affects the pitch count for Cottle. They'll drive that pitch count up if they keep fouling off pitches and staying and battling in the batter's box despite not getting on base. That pitch count will start to climb a little bit. 1-2 to count to Herndon, the right fielder from Spring Mills. The pitch, and he came back at the curveball, get him and got him. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 outs. Strikeout number 5 for Cottle, and that brings in the catcher, Landon Sifford.
Catcher number 4, Landon Sifford.
Sifford was the catcher this past year for Martinsburg High School. He'll be a senior coming up. And a pitch to the Bulldog from Martinsburg. A strike with a fastball outside corner at the knees, 0-1. A 1 delivery, and this one's a fastball inside corner at the knees. It's a called strike as well. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases empty, no score. Comes back to the curveball, but he misses inside with it 1-2. Boy, what a luxury it is for Berkeley County post 14. What a recruiting area they have to draw from. 7,500 is the enrollment limit. You can't go over that. You got all those schools in Berkeley and Jefferson County to recruit from. 1-2 pitch, downstairs 2-2. And the enrollment figures are based off grades 10 through 12, which with all four of the Berkeley County schools and 2 Jefferson schools, it adds up to about 7,100 or so. 2-2 pitch downstairs, count full 3-2. The payoff, swinging a fly ball hit the left. Right there is the left fielder, Jacob Kennel. He makes the catch, and that's out number 3. 1-2-3 goes Berkeley County in the bottom of the second. Through 2 innings of play, no score between Berkeley County and Morgantown. We'll come back with our 3rd inning right after this. You're listening to Metro News.
Hi, it's Tony Caridi, host of the CityNet Statewide Sports Line right here on Metro News. Join the Senator, Brad Howe, Coach Greg Hunter, and myself as we discuss the day's biggest sports stories, talking with coaches, former players, and sports writers from all over the state and across the nation, bringing you the latest from the high schools, colleges, and the pro game. So don't miss the CityNet Statewide Sports Line weeknights at 6:06 here on the Metro News Radio Network and streaming live at WVMetronews.com.
Your source for what's happening in West Virginia is WVMetronews.com. Get the latest statewide news, sports reports from WVU, Marshall, and your local high school teams. Explore the great outdoors with Chris Lawrence. Read Hoppy Kercheval's daily commentary and catch up on your favorite Metro News programs and podcasts. Stay informed anytime, anywhere with WVMetronews.com. Metro News, for 36 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Top of the 3rd inning, no score. Chris George with you here. Berkeley County and Morgantown. The winner will play tomorrow at 4 o'clock in the state championship game. And they will play the winner of our first game tomorrow between Parkersburg and South Charleston. Parkersburg eliminated Buchanan earlier today by the final score of 9-1. South Charleston is the only team remaining in the tournament that is undefeated. They're 2-0. And in essence, they got an off day today thanks to the weather. So they'll play again tomorrow, as I said, against Parkersburg. And everyone else is win or go home at this point, including this game right here. Okay, top the order for Morgantown here in the top of the 3rd. It'll be Jacob Kennel, followed by Cody Thomas and Aaron Forbes against Musselman High product Dylan Stevens. And the catcher having some issues down there. Looks like, I hope he's okay, and they're going to go out and check on him. That's Landon Sifford. I'm not sure if a ball hit him on warm-up pitches. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe he took one off the plate or something, and he's kind of shaking things loose down there. Let's hope he's okay. Now out comes the Berkeley County coaching staff, and I think he's going to have to come out of this game. So the catcher, Landon Sifford, is heading to the bench as we speak, slamming his helmet and hat on his leg in frustration. So I don't know. I must have missed that. I hope he's okay. He's out of the game right now. Maybe it's an equipment issue. I'm not sure. So another catcher may have to get suited up, and we have seen Ty Broughton catch some in this tournament. And we may see him come in as well to catch. We'll find out here in just a moment. Broughton is a Washington High product that just graduated this past season. So Chip Tobin's going to have to make a change apparently, and they're going to bring in a new catcher. So I hope Landon Sifford's going to be okay. Something happened there in the warm-up tosses. It is going to be Ty Broughton, the new catcher. So put Ty Broughton in the number 8 spot of the batting order. So Broughton, very good catcher. I had a chance to see Washington High School play this past spring against Bridgeport. Good catcher. Saw him play actually the last 2 years. And he and Brandon Stoudemire formed a nice battery down there at Charlestown this past year at Washington High School.
Number 15, Ty Broughton.
Okay, so Morgantown will send Jacob Kendall to the plate to lead off the third. Kendall 0 for 1. He grounded out to third back in the first inning of play.
Top of the order for Morgantown in the third.
Kendall bats .388 on the summer season. Morgantown 3 hits so far. And for Dylan Stevens, he has struck out 1 and walked 1. Second time through against Stevens. Kendall bats from the right side. And the pitch. Foul back. Top of the netting. It's a strike, 0-1. Sun-filled sky here. Wind not a factor at all, not even blowing at the moment. And this is exactly what this field needed, was to dry it out a little bit from the heavy rains earlier today. There's a ball outside, 1-1. However, the rain did push the last game, which is game 9, into tomorrow at 1. Fastball outside corner misses to Kendall, 2-1. And probably the right decision, because Parkersburg, which won that first game, had to wait around for a couple hours on the delay, and they finished that game winning 9-1 as the next pitch. And again, is outside to Kendall. It's 3-1. So let them rest up and come back tomorrow. Tournament has to be completed by midnight on Saturday. The Mid-Atlantic Regional starting next week. 3-1 to count to Kendall. The pitch. Another foul ball. I tell you what, we're seeing more foul balls in this game than we have in any game in the tournament so far. These batters in there are battling, staying alive, trying to get their timing down on these pitches. 3-2 pitch again. Fly ball hit the left center, hit the right center field. Coming over though is a center fielder, Jordan Canby. The Martinsburg product makes the catch in the right center field gap for out number 1. 1 down, that brings in shortstop Cody Thomas. The University High product walked back in the first, and he's a .320 hitter on the summer season with 2 home runs. That's second on the team, by the way, in home runs is 2 for Thomas.
Oh, that's crazy. That's all I know.
Here's the pitch from Stevens. There's a strike at the belt, 0-1. 0-1 delivery, swing and a foul tip way out in front was Thomas on that breaking ball. Could have been a changeup, couldn't tell from here. It's 0-2. One down here in the third, no score. Very important game, 4th time that these two teams have met up this summer, with Berkeley County holding a 2-1 lead in the regular season series. 0-2 pitch. Fly ball, right field line, out of play, foul. It stays 0-2. By the way, uniform combinations did not give that to you earlier. Morgantown, their home black uniforms, white numbers with the gray baseball pants. Berkeley County, navy blue jerseys with the red numbers with the white trim and lettering. And that's a dark red. Ground ball left side and through, just past the diving glove of the third baseman, Riley Bubb, as he dove towards his left to try to get that ball, but it gets into left field. A one-out single for Cody Thomas here in the third. And that brings in third baseman Aaron Forbes. Forbes lined into a 6 unassisted to 3 double play back in the first. He's 0 for 1, 422 on the season with 4 home runs. Here's the pitch. There's a ball hit well right center field, and it's going to be down for extra bases, and it'll roll all the way to the outfield fence, and they're going to send Thomas around third, but he fell down. He hit the bag and fell down, and he'll have to retreat there. So as Thomas was rounding the bag at third, he hit it awkwardly and fell down face first into the grass and foul territory, but he was able to get up and retreat back to third. So Forbes to double the right center, puts runners on second and third and 1 out, and that brings in the right fielder, Zach Brennan. Time called. Out comes Sam Walls to discuss things here. I think he's going to talk to his pitcher, catcher, and middle infield. American Legion Baseball rules, you have 1 visit each inning. The second visit on the pitcher, you have to take him out. There is no limit to the visits like in the major leagues. You're limited to a certain amount in Major League Baseball, but American Legion Baseball, with it being 7-inning games, you can visit 1 time an inning every time if you want, 1 time per pitcher before you have to pull him. And another rule in Legion Baseball, and this is a pro rule as well, if you pull out a pitcher on the second trip and move him into the field of play, you cannot re-enter him on the mound after pulling him on the second trip. However, if you pull a pitcher on the first trip and put him in the field of play that want to bring him back later in the game to pitch, you can bring him back as a pitcher later in that game. A little nugget there that some people may not know. Okay, here's Zach Brennan. Brennan grounded back to the pitcher, Dylan Stevens, back in the second. He's 0 for 1. Second and third, 1 out. The pitch from Stevens. Fastball high for a ball, 1-0. Morgantown had the bases loaded with 1 out back in the second and failed to score. Corner infielders for Berkeley are in. Middle infielders playing halfway. The 1-0 delivery. Fastball. Check that. It looked like a slider. Catches the outside corner for a strike. It's 1-1. That's a hard breaking ball there from Stevens. So it looks like that's a slider from here. 1-1. Stevens worked quickly. 1-1 delivery. Brennan takes outside for a ball. 2-1. Brennan, 292. Surprised to see his average that low. Pretty good hitter. Played his baseball at Aldous and Broadus University this past year. The 2-1 pitch. He goes the opposite way as well. And this ball is going to be caught by the right fielder. Should be deep enough to score the run as Cody Thomas tags up and scores from third. Sacrifice fly to right field off the bat of Zach Brennan. Gives Morgantown post 2 an early 1-0 lead here in the third. Two outs in the inning. Forbes stays at second base, and that brings in the designated hitter, Tommy Montag. Montag singled the opposite way back in the second. He is 1 for 1. So Brennan does his job, and Morgantown starting to go the other way against Dylan Stevens. He's been pounding that outside corner, and Morgantown starting to take the pitch that way as well. And the first one to Montag, fastball up high above the letters. It's 1-0. And Ty Broughton calls time to go out and talk to Dylan Stevens. They may have had a mix-up on signs there. Mike Aberzino goes out to follow him. Jay DeSantis is the third base umpire today. He is one of the head umpires in the entire nation, folks. A good one. The 1-0 foul back. He will also umpire at the American Legion World Series in Shelby, North Carolina in a couple weeks. a veteran umpire. It's a good crew. Every umpire here is umpired at the college level or at some form of pro ball as well. Strike called, 1-2 now, the count to Tommy Montag.
Good, Tommy. Come on now. Any base runners here.
1-2 pitch. Fastball way outside. Count evens to Montag, 2-2. Two from Stevens. Came right back at the fastball, and he drives it back foul out of play, 2-2. The delivery. Outside. Count full, 3-2. So, looking at the roster here, and didn't realize that Montag will only be a sophomore next year. So he's young. He was only a freshman this past year. And there is ball 4 outside. Montag walks. Walk number 2 issued by Dylan Stevens. That puts runners on first and second, 2 down. And that brings in second baseman Jet Walters. Walters singled back in the second. He's 1 for 1. 2 outs in the inning. The pitch from Stevens. High and tight. Nearly hit him. It's 1-0. One nothing Morgantown here in the third, and there's a fly ball, shallow right center, and down for a base hit in front of Herndon. Rounding third, heading home on the play is Aaron Forbes, and heading to third base and in safely in front of the tag of third baseman Riley Bubb is Tommy Montag. First and third, 2 outs remain. Walters 2 for 2 now as he singles a shallow right center, drives in Forbes. Morgantown leads 2-0. Morgantown doing it now with 2 outs. They tried to do it last inning, could not. This inning they've been successful. Here's Dominic Calasante. He singled back in the second. He's 1 for 1. The pitch. Fastball up a bit, 1-0. Delivery. Another fastball. This catches the outside corner. To Calasante, 1-1. 3 hits in the inning for Morgantown. 6 in the game. 1-1 delivery. Foul ball out of play towards the bullpen, past the dugout left side. Off the bat of Dominic Calasante. 196 on the summer. He's getting that average up a little bit here. If base hit last game, or last inning, I should say. 1-2 the count with 2 outs. Berkeley trying to get out of this. Berkeley County, great middle infield. You're not going to find much better than the shortstop Jack Reisenweber and the second baseman Cayman Gonzalez. They're 2 very good defenders up the middle. Speaking of up the middle, there's a pop-up. It's going to drift back into foul territory, and coming into third baseman to make the catch, Riley Bubb for out number 3. Morgantown, though, strikes first. 2 runs in the inning on 3 hits. There were no errors and 2 runners left on base. We head to the bottom of our third inning. Our score, Morgantown 2, Berkeley County. Post 14-0. We'll come back after this on Metro News.
Hi, this is Hoppy Kercheval. West Virginia, in many ways, is a diverse state, often with different issues, challenges, and successes depending on where you live. But we're also a small state, and we're all connected by being West Virginians. Every day from 10:06 till noon, I talk about and provide insight into the events that shape who we are. My approach is tough but fair, and we may disagree, but together we'll stay abreast of what's going on in our great state. The successes, the hardships, the challenges, and of course the politics that contribute to making us who we are. So join me weekdays, 10:06 till noon for Metro News Talk Line.
Nobody covers West Virginia like Metro News. Start each weekday at 6:06 a.m. with the morning news. Veteran anchors Chris Lawrence and Carrie Hudasek deliver the day's biggest stories, along with in-depth reports from Jeff Jenkins, Alex Thomas, and Jake Flatley. The morning news also brings you the latest in sports from Kyle Wiggs and Joe Braccato, Hoppy Kercheval's daily commentary, and the entertainment report. The morning news on the Metro News Radio Network and at WVMetroNews.com.
Back here at Milan Park, Dale Miller Field in Morgantown, Chris George with you as we move into the bottom of the third inning. 2-0 is the Morgantown lead, and for Berkeley County, they'll have hitters 9-1-2 due up against Caleb Cottle. Will be Jordan Canby, followed by the top of the order, Jack Reisenweber and Braden Hartman. And the winner of this game will play tomorrow. And everything's been kind of pushed back here as the winner plays tomorrow at 4. Both these teams trying to stay alive as well, no doubt about it. Season's on the line for Berkeley County. Really, if you want to be honest with it, the season state tournament-wise is on the line, but really Morgantown Post 2 hosting the Mid-Atlantic Regionals will be playing next week. So for Berkeley County, it's really on for them. They need to win definitely to keep their season alive here. Canby takes a strike on the inside corner. It's 0-1. Canby, a Martinsburg High School product. The delivery. He fouls the next pitch back. It's 0-2. Pitch, hit hard, foul, down the left side, now to play, stays 0-2. Five strikeouts so far for Caleb Cottle through 2 innings of work, and make it 6. Swinging a miss, strike 3. Canby strikes out for out number 1. That brings us to the top of the order, and Jack Reisenweber, the shortstop, singled into first. He's 1 for 1.
Top of the order, shortstop Jack Reisenweber.
So we have been told it's Jack Reisenweber, so my apologies. So Jack Reisenweber will bat here. And the delivery. Fastball up a bit, 1-0. Delivery. Fastball again high. 2 balls and no strikes to Reisenweber, the shortstop. Three and 0, 3 straight misses from Caleb Cottle. Only walk Cottle has, and that was Braden Hartman. He walked him on 4 straight back in the first. 3-0 delivery, and it's ball 4. Reisenweber walks on 4 straight. And that brings in Braden Hartman to DH. Hartman, as I said, walked back in the first. 1 out. Reisenweber on first. Good speed as well. Hartman, a good athlete at the plate, and he swings as a ground ball to short, slowly hit. They may get 1. They do at second, and no time to get the speedy Hartman down at first. So fielder's choice by Hartman erases Reisenweber at second base for the second out. And that brings up the number 3 hitter in the lineup, Colin Reed. Reed struck out looking back in the first. He's 0 for 1. Reed is a Washington High School product. Steps into the batter's box
First
here.
Baseman Colin Reed.
Now there's Andy Aldemus out talking to Jay DeSantis, the field umpire, thinking there may be an infraction at second base that could result in a double play with interference. They talk about that, and By rule, when you slide into the bag at second, you must slide straight into the bag. It's called the forced play slide rule. If you slide straight into the bag, you're okay. But if you slide to the left or right of the bag, then you could be called out. He was out anyways, but then the runner down the line could be called out in a double play. But they say no infraction. Hartman takes off and steals second as the throw bounces down there from the catcher Croyle. So Hartman in scoring position with 2 outs. 2-0 Morgantown, bottom of the third. Reed, the number 3 hitter, trying to drive him in. The pitch from Cottle, and it's popped up behind home plate, and it's going to go off the top of the bleachers, out of play for a strike, 1-1. One and one to count to Mr. Reed. Trying to come through with 2 outs here for Berkeley Post 14, known as the Hornets. They're one of the teams in this tournament that has a nickname associated with their team name. The 1-1 in the dirt, curveball misses, 2-1. Again, I can't stress enough what a talent level they have to pull from in the Eastern Panhandle in Berkeley and Jefferson counties both. 2-1 pitch, inside corner, a strike, 2-2. I think you're going to see Berkeley Post 14 be mainstays in this American Legion State Tournament for many years to come. I mean, there's a chance they may not get here, but boy, if that kind of talent over there, it's going to be hard to beat them in that area. The 2-2 from Cottle. Came back with the curveball, missed it low, full 3-2. Two outs in the inning. Braden Hartman aboard second. 2-0 Morgantown. 3-2 the count to Reed. Here's the pitch from Cottle. The payoff misses for ball 4. So that puts runners now on first and second, and that brings in the left fielder, Cam Moore. Moore struck out looking back in the first. He's 0 for 1.
Left fielder Cam Moore.
Moore, another Washington High School product. He will bat from the left side against Cottle. And a delivery. There's a ball, 1-0. One-0 delivery. Down and in, 2-0. Got to keep an eye on Braden Hartman out there. Hartman looking into the catcher, Park Royal, to try to get an indication of the sign and maybe give a notification to the batter. Moore, not seeing that right now. 2-0 pitch. Strike called, 2-1. A lot of times in these situations, teams will change up their sign cadence when there's a runner aboard second. So that can happen. 2-1 to count to Cam Moore from the stretch. Cottle's ready. Set at the belt. The delivery. Fastball misses outside, 3-1. Delivery. Swinging a foul ball out of play. I know a lot of people listening in over in Martinsburg today. I know Nationals fans a lot over that area. Juan Soto, trade talks are intensifying between he and his representative and the San Diego Padres, so something to keep an eye on before the August 2nd deadline. So a lot of Washington National fans in the Berkeley County area probably alert to that. Ground ball hit to the right side. Second baseman Walters flips to first baseman Colasante, and Moore is out number 3. Berkeley County leaves 2 runners on. No runs in the inning. No hits. 2 runners left on base. We have 3 innings in the book from the 2022 West Virginia American Legion State Tournament. Our score, Morgantown 2, Berkeley County nothing. Stay tuned. We'll come back after this quick 30-second break on Metro News.
How How well do you know your insurance company?
Well, I know I pay each month, and I'm covered.
Okay. Are you sure you have the best rates? Do you have the right coverage for your needs? Are you paying for things you don't need?
Well, I haven't actually talked to my agent. I just assumed...
Talk to a real person. Talk to someone local and see the difference.
Dynamic Insurance Group, caring independent agents that will find insurance solutions that are as unique as you are. Personal or commercial, you're covered at dynamicinsurancegroup.com.
And we're back here, Dale Miller Field at Milan Park in Morgantown. The skies keep getting bluer, and that is exactly what we want to see. We want to get this tournament done tomorrow, folks. We really do. And it's a schedule sets up for that to happen, weather permitting. Parkersburg and South Charleston play tomorrow at 1, and then the winner of this game will play at 4 against the winner of that game. So let's just see what happens here. Okay, so for Morgantown here in the top of the 4th. Hitters 8-9-1 are due up. Park Croyle, Case and Neely in top of the order. Jacob Kennel. Croyle is 0 for 1, as is Neely, and Kennel is 0 for 2 against Dylan Stevens. And I'll try to get you some updated pitch counts on these guys here in just a second.
Park Croyle.
So we'll look at Stevens' pitch count. Of course, 105 is the limit in American Legion Baseball across the nation. And scoring the bunt and missing it is Croyle. It's a strike, 0-1. Stevens has thrown 57 pitches so far. 0-1 delivery. Nice off-speed pitch on the outside corner. It's a strike. It's 0-2.
Let's go, Park. You got to fight. Let's go, Park.
0-2 to Park Croyle, the catcher from University High School. The delivery got him on the breaking ball. Swung on a miss, strike 3. And the catcher Broughton will have to throw down the first to record the out. 2-3, 1 out. And that brings in center fielder Kason Neely. Kason Neely from Fairmont Senior High School. Graduated this past spring. Neely was also an outstanding wide receiver on their state championship football team as well back in the fall. And he takes the first pitch, swinging all the way. A little flop fly. Nice catch. Going back on, I talked about that middle infield tandem of Reason, Weber, and Gonzalez. And Gonzalez chases that down in shallow center. Makes the outstretched catch with his glove hand, 2 outs. Beautiful play by Camian Gonzalez, the outstanding postgraduate second baseman from Jefferson County High School. Top of the order, here's Jacob Kennel. Kennel 0 for 2 today. And the 0-1 is the first pitch was a strike, and the next pitch is another strike as it's fouled off towards the Berkeley dugout, 0-2. And I don't want to forget Jordan Canby in center field. He, too, is a good defensive center fielder. Berkeley County real strong up the middle defensively. The 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball swung on and hit to the center fielder, Canby. He doesn't have to move an inch. He makes the catch for out number 3. 1-2-3 goes Morgantown, the top of the 4th. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Our score, Morgantown 2, Berkeley County nothing. We'll come back right after this on Metro News.
West Virginia Outdoors is the Mountain State's only hook and bullet radio show, dedicated to the more than 250,000 hunters and anglers across the state. Award-winning host Chris Lawrence has been tracking down hunting and fishing stories for more than 25 years.
Fun fact about groundhogs that not a lot of people know is they actually go through hepatitis B, much like humans do. So they've actually been used as a role model for how hepatitis progresses through humans.
Don't even act like you knew that.
Whether it's hunting and fishing news or just compelling stories about the enjoyment of the great outdoors.
He brought the dogs in the next day. That dog, as soon as it got out of the side, it hit the nose on the ground. It pulled us. It took us straight through that deer.
Show him point. Got a point. You got that one.
West Virginia Outdoors covers it all. Saturday mornings at 7:06 a.m. And for your daily fix, Outdoors Today brings you 2.5 minutes of news and notes from the woods and water every weekday morning on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Okay, we're back here. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Berkeley County down 2-0. Plenty of time to go, however, here. And came in Gonzalez, who made a fine defensive play last half inning, will lead it off, followed by Riley Bubb and Chase Herndon. Gonzalez struck out back in the first. He's 0 for 1. Bubb and Herndon follow him, and they also struck out back in their first at bat. Bubb and Herndon's strikeouts came in the second inning of play. I got a chance to see Cayman Gonzalez a couple different times his senior year at Jefferson High School back in 2021. Very good player. He also can pitch. I saw him pitch a game against Bridgeport that year, and Gonzalez, very good athlete, good baseball player. Was at D&E this past year. Sends a ground ball, chopper to short. Charging is Thomas. He gloves, he throws, and he gets him. Pretty play for Cody Thomas on the charge of the glove hand. He made a nice throw across to retire Gonzalez, one out. And that brings in the third baseman, Riley Bubb from Hedgesville High School.
Third baseman number 7, Riley Bubb.
Was a nice play by Cody Thomas there. I mean, that is a well above average play at short. So we're seeing two good shortstops today in Reisenweber and also Thomas. First pitch popped up from Bubb, and it's Thomas again on the shortstop side of second. Makes the catch in the dirt, 2 outs. Thomas flashing the leather. Here's Chase Herndon, the Spring Mills right fielder, is 0 for 1. He struck out back in the second.
Right fielder Chase Herndon.
Herndon, left-handed hitter against a right-hand throwing Cottrell, and it's downstairs. I've been impressed with, Caleb Cottle. I've been impressed with Cottle today. Cottle really improving this summer as a pitcher, and this will really help him going forward at Morgantown High in the future. Strike called 1-1 to Chase Herndon from Caleb Cottle. Cottle's 1-1, swinging a foul ball towards the Morgantown dugout. It's 1-2. Two nothing Morgantown, bottom of the fourth. Cottle's 1-2. Curveball just stayed up a bit, misses 2-2. That was a pretty pitch. .72 pitches, or make it 73 pitches thrown by Cottle so far. The 2-2 pitch grounded to third, fielded in foul territory by Aaron Forbes, and he fires a laser across the diamond to Colasante to retire Herndon for out number 3. So 2 above average plays defensively for Morgantown in that bottom of the fourth. Berkeley goes 1-2-3 in order. We head to the fifth inning, 2-0 Morgantown. You're listening to 2022 West Virginia American Legion State Tournament on Metro News.
Cottle pitch count 72.
Your source for news in the Mountain State is Metro News. Weekday mornings, start your day with the morning news. 3 hours of the biggest stories across West Virginia, along with sports, weather, and more. Stay updated throughout the day with reports at 1/2 each hour. And find all the info you need on your schedule at wvmetronews.com. The news you want from the name you trust. Metro News. For 36 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Hi, this is Travis Jones. Join me and Coach Greg Hunter every Sunday night from 6:06 until 8 o'clock on the Metro News Radio Network for the CityNet Sunday Night Statewide Sports Line. We'll wrap up the week in sports in the Mountain State, talk about the Mountaineers, high school, and the Mountain East Conference. Plus, you can join the conversation on our toll-free line or on our text line at 304-TALK-304. Join us every Sunday night from 6:06 until 8 p.m. on Metro News. It's the CityNet Sunday Night Statewide Sports Line.
Chris George back with you as we move into inning number 5. 2-0 Morgantown over Berkeley post 14. And for post 2, it'll be Cody Thomas, followed by Aaron Forbes and Zach Brennan. Boy, how many times do you see it in the game of baseball? A guy that makes a great play the previous half inning either leads off or is batting the next half. And you're seeing that here with Cody Thomas and Aaron Forbes. Both made great plays defensively in the bottom of the 4th against Berkeley.
Shortstop number 20.
Thomas today 1 for 1, singled and scored back in the 3rd. He walked in the 1st. On the year, Thomas .320 hitter with 2 home runs. Thomas, a University High product, will be back next year for the Hawks. And delivery from Stevens, who will be back next year at Musselman, I believe. Let me double check that. Yeah, he will. Just finished his junior year. He'll be a senior next year for the Applemen. Ball 1 to Thomas, 1-0. The 1-0. Nice breaking ball on the outside corner. It's a strike, 1-1. The winner plays at 4 o'clock tomorrow, which in essence will be the state championship game. The 1-1 pitch. Strike 2, 1-2. Little foul tip there as Thomas swings at the next pitch. Out in front, just got a piece of it. He stays alive against Stevens. It's 1-2. One-two delivery. High with the fastball with Stevens, 2-2. Two-two delivery. Slow breaking ball. Grounded down the third baseline. Just foul. Just foul. And just went past the foul side of the bag at third. Jay DeSantis down there with the right call. Count stays 2-2. Dylan Stevens, and before he can pitch, Thomas asks the ump for time, and it's granted. He'll step back into batter's box. And we'll do it again. 2-2 pitch. Swung long, grounded to short. Up with it is Reisenweber. Fires across in time, 1 out. 1 down. Aaron Forbes the batter. Forbes had an opposite field double, scored a run back in the 3rd, and he lined into a 6 unassisted to 3 double play in the 1st. He's 1 for 2 officially. Forbes 4 home runs on the year. And again, I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, 14 home runs this past season for the Hawks at University. First team all-selection in Class AAA. Forbes takes outside for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0 from Stevens gets away. Outside, 2-0. Morgantown scored both their runs back in the 3rd with 1 out. Thomas singled, Forbes doubled, and the sacrifice fly from Brennan drove in the 1st run, and then Jet Walters singled in the 2nd. That came with 2 outs. Here's the 2-0, and Forbes' bat goes swinging, and it loses it, and it goes flying towards the dugout. No one was hit. Everybody's safe on that. And it's literally a strike, 2-1. So Forbes will get the bat and probably get some pine tar added to his hands and bat to try to get to stick him back on the bat. A couple of times we have noticed that in the tournament this week that the bats come flying out of the players' hands. That happens in the major leagues a lot. That's why if you go to a major league game or a high school or Legion or whatever baseball game you go to, be alert in the crowd. Just in case there isn't netting in front of the fans, be alert. Those bats and balls can come flying up in there, even the bats. And they can actually do more damage than what a ball can at times, so you got to pay attention. And they got to stick them, the pine tar, which the batters can use with their gloves and the handle of the bat. Forbes getting a good grip, and he'll step in the batter's box. And he'll assume a 2-1 count from the pitcher, Dylan Stevens. Stevens so far, 4 1/3 innings. He's allowed 6 hits, 2 runs. Both of them were earned. He has walked 2, and he has struck out 2 as well to this point. Well, taking a little bit longer than normal here, so here we go, hopefully. If I'm Berkeley County, I'm probably getting a little uneasy, especially if I'm Dylan Stevens, like, let's go. Here's the 2-1 delivery from Stevens. Nice pitch, but a little above the strike zone. The ball misses. The fastball does. 3-1. Three-one delivery. Forbes takes high and inside for ball 4. Walk number 3 of the day for Stevens, and that brings in the right fielder, Zach Brennan. Brennan drove in the game's first run for Morgantown post 2 back in the 3rd on a sacrifice fly to right. He's officially 0 for 1 with an RBI on that sac fly. His other out was back in the 2nd. Stevens from the stretch. High set at the letters. Pitch high and behind the batter. As Brennan ducks out of the way from that pitch, it's 1-0. Looking down the bullpens, we can't see the bullpens. We can just barely see if there is activity. 0 activity on either side right now. The 1-0, high for ball 2, 2-0. Sam Walls, former, and I'm telling you right now, he was an outstanding pitcher at Jefferson High School back in the day. He's going to come out and talk to Dylan Stevens. And anytime you got a guy like Sam Walls on your pitching staff or on your coaching staff, especially in charge of the pitchers, he's one of the better ones. I remember watching him back in the days at Jefferson High School. That man could sling it, man. He was good. He went to North Carolina State, played his baseball there. I'm dating myself. It was way back when. I'm not sure when it was he played. I know it was late 90s, early 2000s, I'm thinking. Sam Walls, an outstanding pitcher for Jefferson, and head coach John Lowry, who is still coaching at Jefferson and still winning the games and piling up 30-win seasons left and right. That man is one legend, no doubt, and he's had some outstanding pitchers, and one of them was Sam Walls. Okay, 2-0 the count to Zach Brennan. The delivery, and it hit the batter, Brennan, in the elbow bicep region, and he'll be aboard on the hit batsman. So first and second for post 2, top of the 5th, 1 out. They lead 2-0. Here's Dobby Montag. Montag, 1 for 1, singled in the 2nd, walked in the 3rd. And now we see some activity in the Berkeley post 14 bullpen. And we cannot see who's throwing from here. We're shielded that by the bullpen, by the roof of the dugout. So we do know they have someone getting loose down below. First and second, 1 out. Montag, only going to be a sophomore next year at Morgantown. A youngster with a ton of talent. And he's really been hitting the baseball well in the month of July. Montag takes a breaking ball in the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. 329 on the summer for Montag is the average. A 1 delivery. Another off-speed pitch off the plate, 1-1. One thing I've been impressed with Montag in the tournament is his ability to go the opposite way. They've been pitching him away, but he's able to take that pitch and drive it to left field for a left-handed batter. Another pitch outside. He takes it for ball 2, 2-1. Ball 3, 3-1 to Montag. So the inning started with Thomas grounding out to short, and then Forbes walked, and Brennan was hit by a pitch, And Stevens in danger of walking his second, but there's a ground ball right side and through off the bat of Montag. They're going to send Forbes around third, and he will score. And Morgantown extends their lead to 3-0 over Berkeley here in the fifth. Stopping at second place on the play was Zach Brennan. So how about Tommy Montag, the youngster, 15 years of age, singled in a run. That's his second hit of the day. He's officially 2 for 2 with that RBI. And here's Jet Walters. Walters likewise is 2 for 2 with a single and an RBI. Time is called. Out comes Trip Tobin and see if there's going to be a change or just a meeting at the mound. And they do have a guy coming in from the bullpen. We will have a new pitcher for Berkeley post 14. And it appears like it's Paul Bailey, possibly. We'll see. New pitcher on for Berkeley. We'll tell you who that young man is here in just a moment. We'll pause. We'll come back right after this. Our score, Morgantown 3, Berkeley 0 here on Metro News.
Metro News this morning. The biggest stories from around the state of West Virginia when you want them. Chris Lawrence at the anchor desk.
We're ready to get your day started in West Virginia with all the information you need.
Carrie Hudasek brings you the day's headlines.
Kanawha County Sheriff's deputies are investigating after 2 people were found dead last night in the Sissonville area. A man and a woman were discovered with gunshot wounds at a home on Walker Drive. Names have not been released.
Kyle Wiggs at the sports desk.
Chase DeLauder, the 16th pick in the first round of baseball's entry draft Sunday night. He was selected by the Cleveland Guardians, and he's the highest selected West Virginia native since Chris Enix. The Pirates selected 4th in the first round and took shortstop Termar Johnson out of Mays High School in Georgia. The Orioles had the first pick in the draft and took high schooler Jackson Holliday, number 1.
And Hoppy Kercheval's daily commentary. Metro News this morning. Listen where you get your favorite podcasts and online at WVMetroNews.com.
And we're back here, Dowell Miller Field, Milam Park in Morgantown. Trevor Bohr will be the new pitcher. So Trevor Bohr from Musselman High School.
Berkeley, number 3, Trevor Bohr.
And he will face Jet Walters here with runners on first and second, 1 out. So Stevens officially goes 4 1/3 innings of play. And he allowed 7 hits, responsible 2 runners on. Walked 3, hit a batter, and struck out 2. So Trevor Bohr here again, he will face Jet Walters, who was 2 for 2 today with 2 singles and an RBI. That RBI came on the base hit back in the third.
Second baseman, Jet Walter.
All right, here's Jet Walter stepping into batter's box, left-handed hitter against Trevor Bohr, who was a left-handed thrower. So lefty-lefty matchup here. Bohr's pitch, runner from second goes. It's a ball, breaking ball into double steal. So they go both on the lefty on the mound. Both runners go on first movement. So Brennan steals third, and Montag takes off and steals second. And the count 1-0 to Jet Walters. The 1-0 delivery. There's a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Infield now in all the way across for Berkeley with 1 out here, trying to cut the runner at third off at home. Down 3-0. That's the right move there. The 1-1 delivery, swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch, down and away, 1-2. That's a tough pitch to hit if you're a left-handed batter against a left-handed pitcher. That's sweeping, breaking ball down and away from those lefties. Trevor Bohr works from the windup with runners on second and third. The 1-2, got him with the same pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 3. They'll have to throw down the first, record the out, and they do. 2-3, 2 outs. So Walter strikes out for the second out, as I said. That brings in Dominic Calasante. Calasante 1 for 2. He singled back in the second. And with it being 2 outs, that'll have the infield back in normal depth. And Colasante will go down and get some instructions from his assistant coach down at third. Well, 3-0 Morgantown, top of the fifth. The story of this game has been Caleb Cottle, pitching excellent so far through 4. And timely hitting for Morgantown.
First baseman Dominic Colasante.
This is probably the best Morgantown has hit the ball so far in the tournament. They really struggled with the bats in game 1 when they were upset by Buchanan 5-3. And then yesterday was able to eke out a 1-0 win behind Fairmont senior pitcher Mason Jack, who was on fire the entire game. But again, they didn't hit the ball that well that game, but today they've really hit the ball well. And they've been going the opposite way, and that's one of the reasons why they have that 3-0 lead. Colasante trying to do something with 2 outs. And Trevor Bohr trying to close it with 2 outs. Colasante swings, sends a fly ball to center. Right there's the glove of the speedy Jordan Canby. He makes the catch for out number 3. Morgantown gets a run in the inning, and they do it on 1 hit. There were no errors and 2 runners left on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Our score: Morgantown 3, Berkeley County Post 14-0. We'll come back right after this on Metro News.
Your source for what's happening in West Virginia is WVMetroNews.com. Get the latest statewide news, sports reports from WVU, Marshall, and your local high school teams. Explore the great outdoors with Chris Lawrence. Read Hoppy Kirchhoff's daily commentary and catch up on your favorite Metro News programs and podcasts. Stay informed anytime, anywhere with WVMetroNews.com. Metro News, for 36 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Weekdays at 3 on Hotline, we talk about what you're talking about in sports, popular culture, tech, and more. We pepper our daily lineup with renowned local and national guests with authoritative perspectives on a wide variety of topics, from high school sports to Hollywood and the financial markets. Every day, Coop and I have irreverent discussions with you using texts and tweets, plus our exclusive content like the question of the day, In or Out in Beer Friday. Metro News Hotline, weekdays on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Chris George back with you here at Dale Miller Field at Milam Park in Morgantown. Day 3, game number 8 of the American Legion State Tournament. Game number 9 tomorrow is going to be tomorrow, not tonight, because the rain delay earlier pushed things all the way back. So we're going to play game 9 tomorrow between Parkersburg and South Charleston. Okay, we're going to have a pinch hitter for Berkeley to lead off this 5th inning of play, bottom of the 5th. That'll be Paul Bailey. So Bailey will pitch hit for Broughton. Bailey is a Jefferson High School product. Pretty good hitter as well, and he takes downstairs for a ball 1-0. There's a strike, 1-1 from Caleb Cottle. Ball 2-1 now to Paul Bailey. Two 2-1 delivery. There's a strike on the outside corner. 2-2. The winner plays tomorrow at 4. The loser is done. 2-2 pitch in the dirt, 3-2. And Bailey steps out, the right-handed hitter. Paul Bailey is he just graduated from Jefferson High School this past year. Also catches, so we'll probably see him catch next inning, and he walks. Draws a leadoff walk to start the bottom of the 5th inning for Berkeley Post 14. That brings in center fielder Jordan Canby. Canby struck out back in the 3rd. He's 0 for 1.
Center fielder number 10, Jordan Canby.
Here's a delivery. Up a bit, 1-0 to Canby. And a throw to first, and back in safely is Bailey. Ball downstairs, 2-0. Time called, and Morgantown's going to talk at the mound here. 2-0 the count to Canby with Connor Bailey on at first. And that's pretty good. You look at this Berkeley roster, and they have 3 catchers or more. It's always good to have multiple catchers. That means you can play a bunch of games in the summer and keep your catchers fresh. There's a strike on the outside corner. 2-1 now to Canby. Team Connor Bailey and Ty Broughton, Landon Sifford. Runner goes. It was a hit and run and foul back off the bat of Bailey, or off the bat of Canby, I should say, and the count evens at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, no one out. Connor Bailey aboard first, and they throw over that way, and he's back in safely. Runner goes again. This one's behind the batter, and Connor Bailey takes a wide turn around second. Will head back, and the count now full 3-2. Got to keep an eye on the pitch count here for Caleb Cottle. And we look here. I've got him with about 85 pitches right now. That's not official. Remember, what I say pitch count-wise is not official. It's kept here in the press box. I'm kind of going off Game Changer. So 3-2 to count. Caleb Cottle's pitch. Oh, man, that was close. Missed by a smidgen. And good eye up on the plate by Jordan Canby. He walks. So Connor Bailey at second, Jordan Canby at first. First and second, nobody out. And you got the top of the order up third time through against Caleb Cottle. It's Jack Reisenweber.
Shortstop, Jack Reisenweber.
Reisenweber 1 for 1, singled back in the first. The 2021 postgraduate from Martinsburg High School. Reisenweber takes down and in 1-0. So if you're Berkeley, this is exactly what you want. Down 3, you've got Connor Bailey at second, Jordan Canby at first, nobody out, and then top the order up. The 1-0, fastball paints the outside corner for a strike. It's 1-1. Cottle's 1-1. Fly ball, hit the center. Going back is Neely towards the right center gap. Makes the catch. Tacking from second is Connor Bailey, and he slides in safe at third. Ball gets by, and it does not bounce over the fence, so it'll stay there. So tagging and going to third on that is Bailey. Canby stays at first. So Reisenweber flies out to center for the first out, and that brings in Braden Hartman, the designated hitter, with first and third, 1 down.
DH Braden Hartman.
A little surprise there that Canby didn't tag up and move the second. That throw came all the way down to third with Canby's speed. I kind of thought maybe he might get that tag up and go to second with the ball, and then the ball got away. Canby back to first as Caleb Cottle throws over that way. Runner goes. Canby from first, down to second. And it was Park Coyle jumping up out of his stance with a fake throw down to third to make sure Connor Bailey holds there. So Canby steals second. The count 1-0 the batter, Braden Hartman. Hartman today has walked and reached on the fielder's choice. He sends a fly ball to right field, or left field, I should say. It's caught by the left fielder, Kennel. Tagging from third and scoring on a sacrifice fly is Connor Bailey. And Berkeley has their first run of the evening. It's 3-1 Morgantown here in the bottom of the fifth. On the sacrifice fly to left field by Braden Hartman.
First baseman Colin Reed.
2 outs. Here's the first baseman Colin Reed, who was struck out and walked today. Canby aboard second base of 2 outs. Reed's a number 3 hitter from Washington High School. Morgantown Post 2 leads 3-1. Cottle's pitch. Overhand curveball in there for a strike, 0-1. There is activity in the Post 2 bullpen as we speak down the first base side. 0-1 pitch, low for a ball, 1-1. The winner plays at 4 tomorrow. And what could be a championship game. Wait and see what happens in the first game tomorrow. The 1-1 high for a ball, 2-1. So our next game tomorrow, which will be game 9, is Parkersburg and South Charleston. If Parkersburg would win that, then things can change. If South Charleston wins it, and then they'll play Berkeley at 4. Two-one, swing and a foul ball out of down the near side towards the third base side. It's 3-2. Two-two. Bottom line is right now, winner knows that they play at 4 tomorrow. Loser's done. For Morgantown, they host the regional next week, so their season's still alive in essence. But Berkeley, they know they have to win this one to keep playing. If they don't, they're done. 3-2 to count to Colin Reed, and Reed steps out. Payoff pitch. Bounced in there, ball 4. So right now, first and second, 2 outs. Cam Moore, the batter. Cam 0 for 2. He is struck out looking back in the first and grounded out the second and the third.
Left fielder Cam Moore.
Ball 1-0. Two and 0 now. The count to Moore. Moore, another Washington High School product, trying to come through here for his team with 2 outs. 2-0 delivery. There's a strike, 2-1. All 3-1. I'm trying to get an update on the pitch count here for Cottle. He's getting up against it. I got him at 100 pitches. Here's the 3-1. There's a strike, 3-2. Big at bat here. Moore with runners on first and second. Knows he batting with 2 outs. A 3-2 count against him. Left-handed hitter against a right-hand throwing Cottle. The payoff. Runners go. Grounded to first. Foul. As Cottle came in on the hands that time of the lefty Cam Moore. And the count stays full with 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The payoff from Cottle. Breaking ball in the outside corner for a called strike 3. Pretty pitch from Cottle. May have been his last, but that was one of his better breaking balls of the evening. That was a big pitch there for Cottle. However, Berkeley County gets a run.
Cottle pitched out,
and they do it on, look here, no hits and 2 runners left on base. Through 5, our new score, Morgantown post 2-3, Berkeley post 14-1. We'll come back right after this 30-second message on Metro News.
How well do you know your insurance company?
Well, I know I pay each month, and I'm covered.
Okay. Are you sure you have the best rates? Do you have the right coverage for your needs? Are you paying for things you don't need?
Well, I haven't actually talked to my agent. I just assumed...
Talk to a real person. Talk to someone local and see the difference.
Dynamic Insurance Group, caring independent agents that will find insurance solutions that are as unique as you are. Personal or commercial, you're covered at dynamicinsurancegroup.com.
Okay, we're back here at Dale Miller Field here at Mountain Park in Morgantown. We have just had a player from Berkeley post 14 ejected. I think it's Camian Gonzalez. As they were coming off the field, Jay DeSantis, the field umpire, ejected one of the Berkeley post 14 players. I think it was Gonzalez. What for, I do not know. Must have been something he said, and they're discussing it down below with Trip Tobin and his officials, and his assistant coaches. So we'll have a new player into the game for Berkeley. And we'll check and see who that is here in just a moment after the ejection of, yes, it was, Camian Gonzalez. So Gonzalez ejected.
Base for Berkeley, number 6, Brayden Stottlemyre.
So Brayden Stottlemyre will come in to play second base. Gonzalez 0 for 2 today, will not come back. He's officially gone. He'll have to leave the field as well. Okay. I think that's the first ejection we've had of the state tournament so far. And unfortunately, a player, and Camian Gonzalez, has been ejected. Trevor Bohr, who came in last half inning to strike out Walters and induce Colasante to fly out, will face the bottom of the post 2 order to start the top of the 6th. Park Coyle, Case and Neely, then atop the order, and Jacob Kennel.
Leading off the 6th for Morgantown, catcher.
So Park Coyle today officially 0 for 2. He struck out twice, but that was against starting pitcher Dylan Stevens. 3-1 is the post 2 lead. The lefty Bohr is ready. The pitch high for a ball, 1-0. One-0 count. The pitch, swing and a miss. Looked like a changeup there. Took something off. 1-1 to count to Croyle. One delivery from Bohr. Rip foul. Right side now to play, 1-2.
Keep fighting, Park. Keep fighting.
So Brayden Stottlemyre, the new second baseman, into the game. The 1-2 pitch downstairs, 2-2. Stottlemyre is a Washington High School product. Just graduated this past year. Is also one of their top pitchers on the team. He threw yesterday and that win over Bridgeport. 2-2 delivery, down and in, 3-2 to Park Coral. So Park Coral battling in there after falling behind 0-2 has battled back to get the count full at 3-2. Trevor Bohr, Wine kicks and deals the payoff to Park Coral. Fly ball, shallow hit, right field, down in front of the right fielder Herndon for a leadoff hit. So Thomas aboard, goes the opposite way, just off the end of the bat. Got the hit. Here's Case and Neely, 0 for 2. I think Neely more than likely here will be asked to bunt. We'll see. That's just my assumption.
Center fielder Case and Neely.
Neely flew out to right in the second, flew out to second in the fourth. Morgantown looking for some insurance. Berkeley and Trevor Bohr are looking to close the door here and get their bats back on the field. Neely squares the bunt, pulls it back, takes the ball down and in, 1-0. Delivery. Again, he squares the bunt, takes the strike as the third baseman. Riley Bubb charging in hard at third, literally right on top of the plate. 1-1. And if you're Neely, you want to bunt this to first. And he tries and does not get it down. It's 1-2. The runner on first, you're taught to bunt the ball towards first. And if you can't, at least get it past the mound on the third base side. Do not bunt it back to the pitcher. Bohr's 1-2, called strike 3 on the outside corner, 1 out. So Neely does not get the bunt down. He strikes out. And that brings us to the top of the order, left fielder Jacob Kennel.
Left fielder Jacob Kennel.
Kennel 0 for 3 in this game. However, he's a .388 hitter on the season. He's put the ball in play 3 times, grounded out, and flew out twice. And he takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Bohr's ready. 0-1 delivery. Runner goes, and it was a hit and run, a pop-up. Foul territory, first base side, and a diving attempt. And coming up empty there was the first baseman, Colin Reed, but a heck of an attempt there by Reed. He slid in feet first and tried to make a lunging catch, of course, of his gloved hand, and almost got it, could not. It falls for a strike, 0-2. That would have been a heck of a play if Colin Reed was able to catch up to that foul ball in just to the right of the catcher here in the grass area, first base side. Okay, we'll do it again, 0-2 to Kennel. Coral takes his lead at first. Bohr stares at him. Stares at him again, and time called by the batter. He steps out. Coral was running last time. Will he take off again? He does not. Off-speed pitch outside the zone, 1-2. One-two pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, dropped by the catcher, and there's nothing he can do there because first base is occupied, so there's 2 outs. Connor Bailey is catching, by the way. Wanted to make note of that. He came in and pinch hit last half inning. And here's Cody Thomas, 2 outs, he's up. Thomas has singled today in the third and scored. Grounded out in the 5th, walked in the 1st. He's officially 1 for 2 with that base hit. Royal takes a moderate lead at first. The pitch from Bohr. Swinging a ground ball, right side. Diving stop there by Stottlemyre. And he does not get a throw off, but he saved that from going into right field. Beautiful play by Stottlemyre diving to his left to make that stop. Had that ball gotten to right fielder Herndon, there was a chance Coral could have got to third. Beautiful play by Stottlemyre there.
Third baseman Aaron
And that
Forbes.
brings in third baseman Aaron Forbes. Forbes today has hit the ball hard twice, once into a double play and then to double the opposite way and scored a run. He's officially 1 for 2 with a walk and 2 runs scored. And Post 2 leads here 3-1, top of 6. Trevor Bohr from the stretch, the lefty's pitch. Off-speed pitch, ground to third. And tagging the runner out between second and third was the third baseman, Riley Bubb, as he tags Park Coral for out number 3. So the fielder's choice by Forbes ends the inning. No runs for Morgantown in the top of the 6th. 2 hits and 2 left. Bottom of the 6th we go. Morgantown post 2-3, Berkeley post 14-1. We'll come back after this on Metro News.
Metro News is your source for high school sports coverage and the exclusive home of the High School Sports Line. Fred Persinger, Dave Jecklin, and Joe Braccato bring you the latest scores and news, along with player and coach interviews and in-depth stories. Get your high school sports fix every Wednesday night starting at 7:06 p.m. And follow your favorite team all season long. The High School Sports Line, here on the Metro News Radio Network and online at wvmetronews.com. Friday nights in the fall are reserved for high school football, and the 20-year tradition continues on Metro News. It's Summit Community Bank High School Game Night with Fred Persinger and Dave Jecklin, celebrating 20 years of bringing you up-to-the-minute scores, conference standings, player and coach interviews, and more. Tune in all season long to follow your favorite school. Friday nights from 9:30 to midnight. Summit Community Bank High School Game Night on the Metro News Radio Network.
New pitcher for Morgantown, Aiden Frombach, will take over for Caleb Cottle. So Frombach from Morgantown High School, pretty good pitcher. I had a chance to see him a couple different times this year in broadcasts I did. And he'll pitch exclusively from the stretch the entire time. Aiden Frombach, we'll get you some stats for him in just a second. So Frombach will face hitters 5, 6, 7 in the Berkeley lineup. And Cottle officially goes 5 innings. And according to my stats, only allowed 1 hit. 1 run, it was earned. Walked 6. But he struck out 7, so that kind of goes in line with Cottle's stats on the year. He came in with 27 strikeouts, 24 walks, and today in this one, 5 innings, 1 hit, 1 run. It was earned, 6 walks, 7 strikeouts. Okay, so Frombach is the new pitcher. So let me get some stats on him here in just a second here. Frombach, Morgantown High product. And on the season, Frombach has thrown 26 innings.
Leading off for Berkeley, second baseman number 6.
He's officially 0-2 on the summer. And get his walks and strikeouts here in just a second. Frombach has struck out 13 and walked 11. Okay, here we go. Zach Brennan to lead it off. Brennan is officially 0 for 1 today with a sacrifice fly and an RBI. Frombach's pitch, down and in, 1-0. Or I should say, it's Braden Stoudemire, not Zach Brennan, to flip the book over. My apologies there, since Braden Stoudemire here who's leading off. He takes the ball 1-0. The 1-0 to Stoudemire. There's a strike. Right at the knees. Outside corner, 1-1 to Stoudemire. One delivery, and Stoudemire sends a fly ball right side, and nice catch over there was the first baseman, I believe. Yeah, it was. First baseman. Nice job there by Colasante. Dominic Colasante makes the catch in the warning track area, foul territory, first base side, just up from the dugout for out number 1.
Third baseman Riley Bubb.
That brings in Riley Bubb, the third baseman. Bubb today 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop up to short. The pitch from Fromback in there for a strike, 0-1. Fromback's 0-1 delivery. Curveball, strike 2, 0-2. O2 delivery. Another pop-up, middle infield, going back as a shortstop, Thomas. He's there to make the catch, 2 outs. 2 down, that brings in Chase Herndon. Herndon today 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out.
Right fielder Chase Herndon.
Again, according to my book, only 1 hit so far for Berkeley post 14 so far in 5 2/3 innings. So, good job by post 2 pitching. The delivery, it's on the corner, outside part of the corner, that is, 0-1. Good fastball from Fromback. Oh, 1 delivery. Swinging a foul tip at the plate. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Chase Herndon. Oh, and 2. Fromback's delivery. Curveball. Got him swinging and missing. Strike 3. Out number 3. 1, 2, 3 goes post 14 in the 6th. Through 6 innings, Morgantown post 2 leads Berkeley 3-1. We'll come back right after this on
This is the Mountain State's only hook and bullet radio show, dedicated to the more than 250,000 hunters and anglers across the state. Award-winning host Chris Lawrence has been tracking down hunting and fishing stories for more than 25 years.
Fun fact about groundhogs that not a lot of people model for how hepatitis progresses through humans.
Don't even act like you knew that.
Whether it's hunting and fishing news or just compelling stories about the enjoyment of the great outdoors.
He brought the dogs in the next day. That dog, as soon as it got out of the side, it hit the nose on the ground. It pulled us. It took us straight through that deer.
Show him point. Got a point. You got that one.
West Virginia Outdoors covers it all. Saturday mornings at 7:06 a.m. And for your daily fix, Outdoors Today brings you 2.5 minutes of news and notes from the woods and water every weekday morning on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Chris George back with you as we move into the top of the 7th inning. Morgantown post 2 leading Berkeley County post 14 3-1. And for post 2, it'll be Zach Brennan leading it off, followed by Tommy Montag and Jet Walters. Trevor Bohr still on the mound. He came in for starting pitcher Dylan Stevens with 1 out back.
Right fielder Zach Brennan.
Okay, Brennan 0 for 1 today. Sacrifice fly in the 3rd and an RBI. Was hit by a pitch in the 5th. Morgantown post 2 looking for some insurance. Trevor Bohr and Berkeley looking to get back on the field with those bats. And a swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch, 0-1 to Brennan. 0-1 delivery, and he tried to bunt for a hit and came up empty, 0-2. The winner will play at 4 o'clock tomorrow in game number 10. The loser is done. That simple. 0-2 the count to Brennan. Trevor Bohr is ready, and time is called by the batter. Zach Brennan, he steps out. Trevor Bohr is ready. The delivery. Off-speed pitch outside, misses the zone, 1-2. One-two delivery. Curveball grounded through the left side and through for a base hit. Brennan singles his first hit of the day. The lead off the top of the 7th. That brings in Tommy Montag, the DH. Montag has had a day. He's tagged it twice, both via the base hit. His RBI single came in the 5th. Had a single as well the opposite way to left in the 2nd inning. And he walked in the 3rd. He's been on base 3 times today. Lefty-lefty matchup, however. His first previous bats, all 3 of them were against Dylan Stevens, a right-handed pitcher. So lefty-lefty here. Let's see how the young 15-year-old can do here against Trevor Bohr. And it's a ball inside, 1-0.
Go, Tommy.
1-0 to count. The delivery, and it's fouled out of play behind the bleachers, third base side. It's 0. It's check that. It's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Montag. And there is the next pitch, a ball outside, 2-1. The count to Tommy Montag. And a delivery. Runner goes, pitches a ball, and the throw down, bounces about 3 times, not in time. Stolen base for Brennan.
That's a nice throw up there.
Okay. So the count now 3-1 to Montag. If runner in scoring position, nobody out. Montag's job is to hit the ball to the right side to get the runner over to 3rd at least. Or with the count being 3-1 is a draw and walk. Bohr, his job is to try to battle back here and retire the batter. 3-1 the count. Bohr looks at the runner at 2nd, and Brennan looks a 2nd time, and the batter calls time and steps out. Three and 1 the count. Trevor Bohr is ready. The delivery. Curveball down and in for a strike. 3-2. Boy, how about that? Control trouble here, and Bohr comes back with the breaking ball in 3-1 with nobody out and a runner on 2nd, and he finds the strike zone with it. Count now full, 3-2. Bohr looks at the runner at 2nd. A 3rd time as well, and he steps off. Now he delivers. Ground ball to the right side. That'll get the runner over. And the second baseman, Stottlemyre, fires to 1st in time, 1 out. So Montag gets the runner over to 3rd, and here is Jet Walters, the second baseman. He is 2 for 3 today. 2 singles, an RBI. That came in the 3rd and struck out in the 5th. Infield plays in with 1 out to try to cut the runner from 3rd at the plate in case he goes on contact. That pitch was behind the batter. Walters 1-0. I've seen that 3 or 4 times this week, pitches that's been behind batters. Another lefty-lefty matchup, the 1-0. Outside corner of the fastball paints the black. It's 1-1. Berkeley's infield is in. 1 out. The 1-1 from Bohr. Swing and a miss, down and away from Walters. It's 1-2. Outfield shifting towards right center with the center fielder Canby. But they're shallow all the way around. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 outs. Bohr goes back up that sweeping breaking ball down and away from Walters. It appeared from here, so 2 outs. That brings in first baseman Dominic Colasante, who is 1 for 3. He singled back in the second, and he popped up to third in the third and flew out to center in the 5th, and the infield plays back of 2 down. Except for the third baseman, Riley Bove. He's in on the grass at third, expecting a possible bunt attempt. Here's the pitch against the lefty Colasante. That's a strike, 0-1. So the matchups have been in favor of Trevor Bohr the last 3 batters. Montag, Walters, and Colasante, all left-handed hitters against the left-handed throwing Bohr, and it's 0-1. Runner goes. They're going to try to steal home, and he is out. The runner tried to steal home in the form of Zach Brennan, and he is out as the catcher, Connor Bailey, applies the tag for out number 3. Well, you know what? I don't mind that. That happens. That's a good time to maybe try it. Got a lefty-lefty matchup out there for your post 2, but a good job by Connor Bailey to apply the tag on the attempt to try to steal home by Zach Brennan. No runs, 1 hit, no one left for post 2 in the top of the 7th. Berkeley down to their final 3 outs. We go to the bottom of 7th. 3-1 our score. We'll come back after this on Metro News.
Metro News is the voice of high school sports in West Virginia. We're there from the sweat-soaked high school gyms to the bright lights of the Charleston Civic Center and the state tournaments. We're with the fans under the lights on Friday nights during football season and at Wheeling Island Stadium for the Super 6. We're at the dusty baseball fields and at Appalachian Power Park for the state championships. From the Metro News Power Index to the high school sports line, your home for the best coverage of high school sports is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
What you need to know today is just a click away. WVMetroNews.com has the latest statewide news stories from the capital city to your hometown. Follow your favorite sports teams from high school to the pros. Hunting and fishing information is always on the outdoors page. And never miss your favorite Metro News program with live streams and archived episodes. Wherever you are in the Mountain State, the information you need is at WVMetroNews.com.
Well, Berkeley County Post 14 season is on the line. Bottom of the 7th inning, Morgantown Post 2 leads 3-1. And for Berkeley, Connor Bailey, Jordan Canby, and Jack Reisenweber are the scheduled hitters here in the 7th against Aiden Frombach. Berkeley was in this situation yesterday. They were down a run to Bridgeport in the bottom of the 9th and scored 2 to win it 5-4 against Austin Mann, their closer. Well, Aiden Frombach on to try to shut the door here. As Connor Bailey, he walked and scored in his only at-bat back in the 5th.
Connor Bailey.
The Jefferson High product steps in against Frombach. The pitch, there's a strike outside corner, 0-1. Bailey, a good base runner if he can get on for Berkeley. The 0-1 delivery, and it hit him in the back. Frombach came with the breaking ball, and it hits him in the back. So Bailey hit by the pitch. Leadoff runner on. Here is Jordan Canby. We'll see how Berkeley plays this because Bailey, last time he was on base, did steal a base. So down 2, not sure they'll sacrifice. It's not their game. So let's see how they play it here. Corner infielders, well, at first they're holding on the runner. At third baseman Forbes is in. Fastball way outside, 1-0. And there is activity in the Morgantown bullpen. They are getting someone loose down below. Again, we can't see who it is. We're shielded by the roof of the dugout. The 1-0. Inside corner fastball called strike, 1-1. Connor Bailey takes his lead at first. The delivery from the lefty. It's in there, a strike. 1-2. So Frombach battles back and hammers the strike zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no one out. From the stretch, the lefty's ready, set at the belt. The 1-2. Fly ball turned on, hit well, deep left field. And the ball is chased down and caught up against the wall, foul territory. Beautiful catch here by Jacob Kennel. Wow, pretty catch. Kennel chased that ball down deep in the left field corner, and it ended up being a foul ball, but he had to race all the way from the left center field gap to make that catch on the track and foul territory for the first out.
Shortstop Jack Reisenberger.
Top the order in the shortstop, Jack Reisenweber. Frombach's ready, the pitch, and Reisenweber takes a ball, 1-0. Well, Berkeley has their bats up now. They have the top the order up with 1 out for runner on. Reisenweber is the tying run at the plate as we speak. The 1-0, off speed, outside corner. It's a called strike, 1-1. Bailey takes his lead at first. The delivery, fly ball, shallow center, going back to second baseman and the shortstop Thomas. And it's the shortstop Thomas behind second. He makes the nice catch as he collides with the second baseman Walters for the second out. So Berkeley down to their final out, and it's Braden Hartman, the designated hitter. Hartman today is 0 for 1. He has walked and hit a sacrifice fly that drove in a run back in the 5th. That's the only run for Berkeley tonight. And he reached on the fielder's choice in the 3rd. Berkeley only 1 hit today. There's a strike, 0-1. Reisenweber has the only hit for post 14 in this game to this point. The 0-1 pitch, high for a ball. The fastball misses, 1-1. The winner plays tomorrow at 4 in game number 10. One pitch. It's a ball, 2-1. Two balls and a strike to Braden Hartman, the Musselman High product. The delivery. Hartman swings, sends a fly ball the other way. Against the line and right. And it's Brennan right on the line in right field. Makes the catch for out number 3, and Morgantown survives and advances. Berkeley post-14 season has come to a close. Berkeley finishes the summer at 24-9 overall. Morgantown improves to 19-15 on the year. And they get the victory, they survive and play another day. Now let's take a look at the schedule for you for tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow, game number 9 is at 1 p.m. tomorrow.
1 o'clock for
South Charleston and Parkersburg. If South Charleston wins, they will play Morgantown in the state championship game at 4. Now keep in mind, South Charleston, if they win the first game tomorrow, they're still undefeated. They have to be beaten twice. Keep that in mind. If Parkersburg beats South Charleston, then Parkersburg will advance to play Morgantown tomorrow at 4. And then that'll put a game 11 into effect if South Charleston would lose tomorrow at 1. Again, South Charleston, Parkersburg, and Morgantown are the 3 teams remaining in the tournament. South Charleston's the only undefeated team. So it's South Charleston and Parkersburg tomorrow at 1. And the winner of that game will take on Morgantown at 4.